Hi, I am KTM on 2 wheels, and today's topic is what is the most extreme thing you can do from jail? Well, how about being mayor? Yes, in our very progressive country, we actually have a mayor that is in jail, and he's still mayor. Here's the story. This just keeps getting better and better. The guy was mayor he's been mayor for more than 10 years, and some 10 or 13 years ago, loads of time ago, he was charged with abuse of power, abuse of trust, and I think it was document forgery or something like that when he was mayor. Something to do with a new development area that they were going to do, and he bought the land before before it was known it was going to be a developed area. Then he personally resold the land for a huge profit a couple of days later, because then it was known it was going to be a development area and not an agricultural area. And just go on, ma'am. And something like that. Those kinds of dealings, which are, in case you don't know, a crime, because you cannot do business based on inside information. If you're mayor, you cannot do business based on what you know is going to happen to lands and stuff, which is ethically and morally wrong, and it is illegal because people will just screw that and keep doing that. So he was charged with that and a couple of other things. It was so long ago that some of the crimes have already gone overdue for their they cannot be charged anymore, so they were thrown, even though he was convicted, because he's been appealing and appealing and appealing and appealing and appealing. And so finally, after more than 13 years, he was arrested in front of City Hall. And what happened? Well, he's in jail and absolutely nothing happened. He's still the mayor. He's still running the town from jail, because he can't be fired. Since it's an elected position, he can't be fired. Do you think he's going to resign? Of course not. He's making his money. So yeah, that's our progressive country for you. It's astonishing. Some countries, some public servant, a mayor or something, gets drunk, crashes into a tree alone, the next day he resigns. Here, he goes to jail and he says, I will not resign. Or, as it happened, one of those guys that sits on the General Assembly to vote laws and such, as senator or whatever. I don't quite know the translation, because every country has its own. But one of those was caught by the police, completely drunk, with something like 7 or 8 times the limit for alcohol in her blood. And do you think she resigned? Of course not. She even had the gall of when citizens started contacting her via Facebook or an email saying you should resign. It's morally and ethically wrong for you to stay in office after basically doing what is a crime. And she even had the gall of insulting the people, saying they stopping moralists and stuff like that. So yeah, that is our very progressive country. It's just insane. Well, Gerard. Locking up, look. That's the tire actually locking up instantly. As soon as I grab a handful of the brakes, the tire just goes wank. Heard that?